Okay, it does work. Because last time it didn't. Okay, how are we looking? Let me switch screenaroos. Hello. Hold on. I'm not got my Twitch set up. Hello, Feather. Welcome. Let me get chat on phone. Okay, we are ready. Ding dong, ding dong. Oh my god, my Windows 11 is tweaking out a bit. Let's hope it's fine. Let's load it. We are ready to go. Investigate the murder. Bread, let's go. Okay, let me channel my inner Makoto. First of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. Should I put on my glasses? My eyes are kind of... Maybe I should. funny eyesight. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the second floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there was any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Nice! Monokuma File 2 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, don't you know? Oh, that's a strange way of putting it. Let me just wipe my glasses. Why are they dirty? I washed them this morning. Oh. So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. He chose us! Oh my god! Dirty glasses. Hey, look. I don't know why. I'm trying to think what the cause actually is. I think I must have touched them when I was adjusting them in my lecture or something. Maybe when I was eating, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't wear them all the time because they're not really for sight. They're more for computers and screens. Because it's only 0.25, so it's not bad. But yeah. So, you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though. It's Byakuya, Makoto. Just do it.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But, no buts. I need to get moving. No time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened, but it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Okay, I'm not complaining. Let me remember how do I... Oh, yes. Kyoko. She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded going over every inch of the lifeless body. Damn. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. She's just poking the body. Poke. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. If you have time to talk, you have time to start investigating. Okay, sorry, sure. I'm going to keep it first. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else and carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still.
Well,
I still think she came here on her own by choice. What makes you say that? She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. Oh, I need to do the Sakura voice, wait. She was talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
Perhaps.
You know, myself are usually in the locker room during the day, but she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine that she would have come along. Hello, Twitch Watcher! Hello, hello! Welcome to the murder scene. How's it going? She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come in here in the middle of the night to train in secret? But that she also would have come with someone else? The possibility, right? Nice! Sakura's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Throw smoke bomb? No! Why smoke bomb? Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Kira talk about it, right? Oh, I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trick down here. Did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned this, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. You don't want to talk, Makoto. You're like a twig. I don't know, man. Haven't really thought about that stuff. Because of Chihira's complex, I can't help but wonder what it might be. And nice, Mondo's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Let's see. I could feel the light draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihira's dead body.
very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. What is this? This is Danganronpa. This is a killing game. It is what happens when you lock high school students in a school and you tell them to kill each other or else they can't get out. Well, but...
What?
Well, we're still not sure who did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. It's like, why is it so neatly written? Why are they hanging on the wall? We will find out. We do not know yet. I'll give you 5 seconds to explain. Bro got murdered. We don't know why. We just came here to investigate. We need to find out who it was or else we'll die. Was that good enough? 5 seconds? Makes sense now. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust? Bro, even on the poster. The poster got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder. Also, the blood is pink. There's a dumbbell on the floor. And this is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. Well done, Makoto. Well done. The one Okuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon?
That's right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Nice! Locker room dumbbell has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of your case. That's true, but...
Let's go.
If you're satisfied, then let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. Gonna be quiet, be back when I finish playing. Good luck, may you do well. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. Makoto, just accept it. It's Byakuya, we forgive him. We oversee it. He may be a toxic man, but that's okay. So, this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? He has a point. Okay. There are a bunch of different related items on the shelf which have nothing to do with the case. That's not even the scene of the crime, idiot. Okay, Byakuya! They Maybe this gun was used to... Nah, impossible. If that were true, Chihiro would be riddled with holes. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
You have an issue with it. If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. Instead, I then quickly and sharply clap his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that, Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each other e-handbook. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed on your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through a door unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, Monokuma, why? The ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correct. Correctly correct, even. So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room, and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey, Makoto, I can see you right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So, in other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. I will not comment. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning the handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family. So you managed to see out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. Ah, you're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore, they're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on, you're saying that it's a loophole, but... So that means that after someone dies, you can just take their e-handbook. In order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it, so...
Why you?
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Yapia and get your food together. Monokuma has a point.
Unbelievable.
Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest on your own down self.
That's fine.
Yeah, Makoto, you should have figured it out, but it's okay, we know you're stupid. You may be a boy failure, but you're our boy failure. Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill it in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Nice! Card reader has been added to the trick bullet section of your handbook. Damn, we're moving quickly with Byakuya, aren't we? We came to the main hall. So what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out myself? Yerp. I saw something on the right. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. No, wait, there's 3 of them. So what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here? Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did, it's Sayaka's one, isn't it? You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook! Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. We just talked about this. Only the act of loaning the handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I like how when they give us flashbacks like 5 seconds after. I see, yeah. Hello, real. Hello, hello. Danganronpa, indeedy. Now I understand. Nice. Main whole e-handbooks has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
What?
Huh? Hold on a second. Also, I continue to do my audio vision winners. Oh, do tell. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? From 1990 to 2025? Oh my god, I already agreed with the winner's prize. Let me think, let me give that a think. I can see why. Guess when? Oh. Urgh. Yikes. I can tell it's probably not 2011. Was 2023 one of them? Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
We for 2011, the winner goes second for me. Yeah, I think people were kind of mad about the winner in 2011. That's why I was like, oh, that one. After all, he did get plummeted with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. Yes. The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey! Hey!
Making me angry! Now I'm really angry!
My poor neighbors. What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what the fitness is, right? Do another guess. I'll give it to 2 in the 90s and 1 in the 2000s. I do not know the winners before 2000. 1 in the 2000s. Are we talking early 2000s or late 2000s? Hard to say. You know what I think this handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you may ask, how could that be? Later. I'm trying to think. So it's after 2005. Who even won it? Was Greece? Was Greece 2005? 2006 was Russia, 2007 Serbia, not Greece. Oh my god, 2000. No, it was Finland. What am I on about? I'm mixing up my years. Oh my god. Greece, Finland, right? Nope. I'm trying to think of the order. I cannot even remember the. Was it 2009? Alexander Rybak? I haven't watched the 2000 contest in so long. iPhone 1 for me there, okay. Was it Serbia? What just happened? Protocol said it's not broken, but it's undeniable. It's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. It's Serbia, yippee! I actually really like that song. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. To my surprise, the 90s were surprisingly strong. Oh, okay. Maybe I should give them a watch at some point. Broken E handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, then this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, okay, you're moving a bit too quickly, my dude. What struck me was 1995 cool and 1995. With Nocturne. Oh, yeah. Was it Island? Where. Was it the song with not a lot of lyrics? Or am I getting it mistaken? Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? Oh, no way. It's between the Ireland Men's IC in the Irish sandwich, isn't it? Okay, so you want me to go? What if I talk to you instead, Bianca? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna scold me? Oh. Then I saw no way. Yeah, they were doing not so. Oh, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Came second last. Yeah, no, I was gonna say Norway didn't do so well in the 90s, did it? Then you really think? You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. Is my face tracking okay just because my knees are like... I'm hugging my knees, so... Oh. Came second last. Sorry, Hungary, Norway won. Never care much for Eurovision and nowadays even less. Understandable why... It's very common for people in their own country not to really know much about it. I think. Hungary was the Duncan Norris of the 90s. Damn.
What?
There's nobody else it could be. And nowadays we don't even have Hungary in the contest. Murderous scene fulfilled again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. I'm now in 1988, oh my god. Is each free? Oh. Ireland, Malta, Russia, Slovenia, Iceland. Romania wasn't even in the contest in that year. I think we joined 1994 if I'm not mistaken. The Sweden winner was like a scam and my country messes up with the artist judgmentic feather. Well, how would you feel if I told Germany was my favorite this year? And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? After each Hungary, Germany, surprisingly Turkey, Greece, San Marino, and Australia. Oh! I see. Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented, psychotic killer like that? Makoto, do you know where you are? You're not wrong to wonder. But we're in little right now. In each one, Yugoslavia, Sweden, UK, Croatia, Serbia, Spain, Ukraine, Finland, and Italy. Interesting. Good old Yugoslavia. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Sorry, Ukraine. Florida, fine. Florida? And then Italy. My favorite Florida. What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. American Song Contest 2022. Oh, right. I forgot that was a thing. I forgot which state even won. I have not watched it. Is it worth? So today I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. And you really think, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one who killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely, I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. Well, I have surprisingly good songs, but mostly pop, some country. We forgot what it says at all. And I have a basis to believe that I assure you Genocide Jack is one of us. What basis do you have, Byakuya? Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need. Oh my god, Byakuya's taken us somewhere. Enough songs that are like, wow. Oh my god. The Twitch censorship on my phone is a trouble. Why is WTF something, bro? I see. So it was, in other words, just mid.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one who killed Chihiro. Okay, bro, show us evidence. Does something like that really... Ah, hey, you two! Big trouble! Need your help!
I don't have time to play
We're
with you.
busy. Leave us alone.
'Cause, I mean...
It's an emergency! Emergency! If you got a bias, a basis, you're based. That's true. It's one of the earliest 90s stuff. It was better than Eurovision 2004! Yeah, honestly, 2004 was not really great for Romania. Like, it was so bad, my mom, who doesn't really, delve into the Eurovision stuff, apart from when I tell her about it nowadays. Like, she was like, oh yeah, it was so bad, like, people were talking about it, she messed up during the live performance, so bad. And it was those times where she could just go on stage with lingerie like it was nothing. It's the worst thing ever! Come on, please, you gotta help me! Aoi, is everything okay? Please, it's a serious emergency, please! Please, you gotta help me! I think I was just listening to Eurovision 2014 before! See, now I just wanna watch it again. Wasn't that where they had the outside stage because of Turkey as well? Calm down now, okay, Hina?
I mean...
It's an emergency! An emergency? What happened? Surprisingly, it was surprisingly fun. I keep going back to 2003. I loved it so much, and I don't know why. Like, it was so creative, even the postcards and the clay animation thingy.
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do now, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit I'm intrigued. Ooh! I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. You sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
What he said. Iceland is my top 5 personal winners. Interesting. I never ranked my winners before, to be honest. I haven't really ranked Eurovision stuff until like last year when I started using the Eurovision scoreboard app. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no, and that'll be the end of it. Yeah! Okay, come on, hurry! Wait for us, you know?
Let's go.
Consider the best or second best winner of the 2000s. Looks like she said it to the drums to Toko's room most likely. I think the most fun contest in 2000 is 2008. It's so goofy. You're right! Hello, why are you so tall?
Such
You're
ignorance.
talking to the wrong person, you waste of space! Guys, look. He doesn't mean that. What happens if I just go into Junko's room? Will he say anything? Now's not the time for this. Dumb poke. Thank you for the poke, Neko. How's it going? Anyway, let's talk to Coco. I think that means Romania was never my favorite. I don't blame you. I do not blame you at all. It's definitely started some kind of emergency.
Sorry.
You guys are too slow. You're just too fast. So, what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, but you know, how she was doing. Let's see how she was doing, sorry. So what we did, although Roxanne was underweight and intensely, I had no idea how they didn't go to the final. Have you ever heard of our national television screwing up things really bad? And making her underperform by making her wear a dress she didn't want to wear, and then after she didn't do that well, screaming at her until she cried. Fumble so hard on ZZZ? Really? What happened, Nicole? It is weird. She refuses to come out, and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Coco! Might as well give it a shot. Like, lost my 50-50 to Rita. No! I lost one 50-50 to Rita myself. Oh, they give this largest dress. I don't want to wear it and then give her the next guy 10 euros. Welcome to Romania. Literally. Oh, don't even get me started on Theodore Andrei. Oh, they literally, the crimes they did. They made him change his good song into half a ballad. Everyone is losing to me in this section. Then I should skip to not lose to him, alright? Alright? Enoch! The door swung open slowly and silently. Uh-oh. Here comes the skimmers I watch. Oh! Yeah, everyone around you. Oh my gosh, is that Russian? Does that say BBet? Hello! Romanian TV is its own worst stereotype. They want to control some people and then leave mass people on their own with no hope. You know what's even worse? One of our politicians called Theodore Andrei like an emo girly boy. Politician! It's... Our country is so goofy. I hope I don't fumble on Acheron. You will not. Do not speak such blasphemy. You deserve Acheron. Everyone does. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What?
Oh, voices.
Nothing. It's just that
I just look at my water.
Tina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Toko does not look good.
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Genocide Jack? Has he seen like one Eurovision? Probably not. Literally, probably not, considering even when they had the drag interval act in Liverpool, they just put ads over it. Hello people, hello Moss, how's it going? Like the guy is not even in the top 50 of most girly boys or girls, literally! It's like they just choose to take a blind eye. They're like, oh yeah, like... Oh, all of this because he was wearing pink. Like literally that's the whole reason. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. To be honest, the song was boring. It was boring because they changed it. The original, much better. And I like the way he played with the words in Romanian because it's not as common to have lyrics that aren't just meh. I got lost a friend today. No, it's okay. No, pat for you. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time. When I rang a little while ago. Oh no! I hate when people do that. Like, if you have an issue with someone, just say it to their face. It's better than hiding behind like that. So sorry that happened. Drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. Maybe Byakuya's onto something actually. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down the door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. And Asahino's not weak. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Hiccup, sorry. Does she think the serial killer genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Byakuya? Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her? I'm sure she would come out of the door for you. Like, who wouldn't? Come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. It's in his interest, that's why. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. Ding-dong! After a few moments.
what do you want?
Leave me alone, you're so annoying. Ah! What? Bakula? Who's Bakula?
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control, never again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Hold on! Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have an idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. I don't think so. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. Dun dun dun. The library? Come on, let's go in. He wanted to talk to me alone in the library? Is the evidence that proves that it was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Don't let me say it again. There's no point in checking there. We need to find real clues. Is it in this? No? Pardon me, but I don't know what you're referring to, Byakuya. Can you help me out?
Don't make me.
Oh, fine. Can I get you? Oh, if I remember, on the other side of this door, it's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, and here?
Let's go.
It all makes sense once you're inside. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to ignore the dust. Talk to me, then. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value yourself. Okay. What about these books? Revision 1996 was the biggest joke. Really? Tell me about it. There's a ton of thick files stuck onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking for any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. Had a qualifying round. It did? Oh, I think. Oh, yeah. Because it was kind of like before the semifinals were a thing, right? The best song did not qualify. Which country was robbed? The kind of thing any normal person would have never wanted to look at, but be careful. Oh, what do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only, but not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh. Can I put links in chat? Of course. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? This shelf is stacked tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's the report for a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in picking at it. Without making a sound, send the file to the shelf. I would look. Let's see, we will have a short intermission for a song. Let me see if I can get this to work. I haven't set it up for that time. Basic, obviously like Germany. Let's see, where yapping screen. Do I have my music? I do. Okay, this should work. Oh, my music is still from the BGM of the. I will only play the music, and it will not stay in the VOD, so I don't get copyrighted. I mean, not that that matters, but you know, I think Germany will get a few wins in the early 80s. What's your opinion on Lena then? Who won in 2000 and oh, I just realized my model. What happened? Oh my god, that's terrifying. Oh my god. There we are. I don't like the song. I've heard a few German people not liking it, including my German teacher. Well, if she wasn't my German teacher, she was one of the teachers in the school. But the midfield, oh, midfield was bad. And she got 10th. I see. Let me yes, let me change this tab. Bro, my reading is even worse when I have my glasses on. I keep blinking. What the hell? We have the music. Oh, I really miss like the backup singers, and they had so much more personality back in the day. Oh my god. Keep in mind this was not qualifying. Absolutely robbed immediately. First of all, German, let's go. This is 90s music in a nutshell. I love it. He looks so comfortable on the stage. Because I saw this in a compilation like 5 years ago, and I was like, what's that? Maybe a good year. I'm just too young to have a good opinion. Nah, I think it's a good song. It's one of the best songs of Eurovision 90s. I don't see how this non-qualified. Even the backup dancers are like so into it. I absolutely love the girl's outfit. Oh, this gem. Oh, it's cue it up. Oh, Hungary. Yeah, okay. This is your intermission to take a bit of water as well. Even the dancing. My only complaint is his stare is a bit too intense for me. Your juries were on a crack. Honestly, I think they did very well to leave it to the public for televote only semifinals and stuff. Because Dawn's proved you do not need to like it's you don't need to have a boppy song to get to the final. That was beautiful. Oh my god, I can't talk Magyar. Új nev Egi Regi Haz Falal. Oh, with the live orchestra. There's quite a few Romanians in the west of the country who speak Hungarian. Hmm. And this type of like TV filming style, it gets me so nostalgic. But that's just because it took a long time for Romania to have good quality TV. This masterpiece got free vote! Free! I like it. I mean, I do still have the Danganronpa soundtrack. Oh, the voice. Hmm. No boss. None here, thank you very much. I'm fine with my 4 viewers. When I came back, yeah, we are taking a yapping break. Interlude for water drinking and listening to gems from the 1990s. I don't think singing and playing the piano will ever get old. I see what you mean by the Duncan Lawrence. Hungary won the 1995 and 2018 for me. I see. I see. I kind of do miss them in the contest. I miss having, like a bit of Central and Eastern Europe back because it feels like we're just gone now. Very unique combination. Wow. This got 3 votes. We've come far since then. Honestly, Hungary sucked except for those 2 years. Yeah, but I still miss them. What's it taking singing in English versus native language? I love native language because he can sometimes get away with classic, with cliche lyrics, you know? Or let me change screens to, yeah, mix is good. To be honest, yeah, Also, a mix is good, but I feel like if I had to choose between them, own language. Just that, I think that's because I got too used to hearing English, so to me it's like... I feel like how when I hear a really basic Romanian lyrics, I cringe. Huh? It's a death lamp. Lamp? Oh yeah, it's the same one I said the app you're using in the library before. You didn't need time to adjust to the English for sure. Yeah. I feel like we're going back to tradition now because in the 2000s it was all about singing in English. It was believed that if you didn't have a song in English you wouldn't do well.
What?
Crashed in 1999 to 2004. Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Nice! Coin? There's so many files stuffed onto one shelf. What's in all these things?
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. That's the FBI want to know! I'll make some German and English in my case maybe, one day. I've seen some people say, talking about the German song for this year, that the English lyrics that they chose was a bit too cliche, with shooting for the stars. But I don't really mind that. Actually, I think it's pretty good. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. German and French surprisingly works well. I can imagine, actually, yeah. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. Oh, I am curious. It's no good sign that so far I agree with every 80s winner. Maybe there wasn't much competition before. And to be honest, you had less choice. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. So are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Why does this school have them? Isn't it magnificent? Can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your specific reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope Street truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? Can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. Damn, Makoto doesn't exist. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? I forgot, Mr. Togami, we are on the same level, you are above me. The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Oh, hold on a second, you're saying you've read all these documents, and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So in other words...
I already told you there's a secret council that controls the real world. The world from the shadows, right? The real world. My family is a member of that council. And And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. Damn. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and material that interest me. It implies. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Miyake is actually starting to scare me more than he or the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's a bit crazy, but look, chat, look, he's just a boy, he's just a man. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. Oh, as he took the accurate references out in the shop.
That's right.
This is the complete case now. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiling here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second Chihiro is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. That sounds like handiwork with the rope. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. Damn good name, Jack is so tainted. R.I.P. Jack. It's such a common name in the UK. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. No shit, Makoto. Connecting. Is my phone okay? Jack the Ripper, Genocide Jack. Yeah, I think Genocide Jack is basically like Jack the Ripper. You know, copyright reasons, we couldn't choose that name, I don't think. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, when the victims are suspended, the only ones who know about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Understand this letters with Saucy Jack! Signed from Saucy Jack. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse. Oh my god, okay. Her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. Poor Chihiro. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real Genocide Jack.
In other words...
That right there is evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Listen now, Byakuya. Listen. Then Genocide Jack really is. Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us. Among us? Well, what do you mean low battery headphones? Oh my god, let me get my cable. I'll keep saying low battery, but at least they won't die. Well, yeah, Byakuya, but that can also mean that the person who suspended Chihiro, whether it was the killer or not, must have known about Genocide Jack. That's also a possibility. You get, oh my god, it's here. Cable wire. Cable wire. My headphones at 60% when I checked myself. They lied. Oh, got a vent. Was there more competition in that year? Oh, I plugged it into the... Is there one on this side? I use the port on the other side of my computer, so I'm not like crossing the... It's already a really short cable. Please? There we are. I'm plugged in.
Interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two. Okay, Byakuya's conceding out the case.
Such
It was first,
ignorance.
it was Kyoko in the first case, and now it's Byakuya. If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Byakuya! Oh, don't mind if I mean, what? 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 I didn't. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. There's even a surveillance camera here. We read already. Byakuya, about that genocide case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. I can beg. Please. Please. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Makoto's face. Top secret. Byakuya handed me that file and I flipped through it with tense and nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I had reached a page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Damn. The skizzors. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Ise, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Okay, of all ages. Ah yes, and big writing, top secret. Yeah, that's how you know it's legit, right? Komatsu no Taro, Takekumi Gono, Uchida no Ika, Takeshi Masamune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. The writing is really pretty for a bird, like, you know, for something that's written in blood, it's awfully pretty. One thing came perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. Well then where are the scissors? And that scene was every murder the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. I don't see scissors. Bloodlust is also the name of a weapon. Ooh! I did not know that. That sounds like a really fun name. But take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. Tidbit? The next page? Oh yeah, the top secret again. For filing results, all of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays in the day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because the eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. Or more like weapons. Ooh, weapons. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder, DID.
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV? Okay, Makoto. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. But I thought of bloodlust as in the pincer blade, the weapon? Wow. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, they look cool! Very cool. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know, I feel like my mind has gone numb. Nice! Genocide Jack case file has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? If you say so. Wait, Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time
Come
to play
on,
with
enough
you.
of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together in the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. Makoto, that's what he said from the beginning, though. Like, you should have known what you were in for. At the same time, I've uncovered some really important clues thanks to her. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Kiro. Scissors him. The thing is, I have not seen Scissors yet. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find it out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go to investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info that might be useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Okay. They're on this floor, aren't they? They're changing... Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, Byakuya didn't let us enter in there, but I wanna go. Ifumi?
Ding! Ifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Our daggers start to increase for me. Evidence? What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet. But I can
sure of it.
that what I found was still the killer's breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, Miss Lugenberg said we should witness something worthwhile too.
Really? What did you see?
Well, it would seem...
Refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
I don't think that's what's happening, Ifumi. Okay, so where is Celesta?
The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time not there.
What's this gonna be? Okay, just only I need to get there. What's that stage? Oh, there's a poster. Wait. Why is the boy poster in here? I just remembered. The posters were swapped. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Nice! The boys' locker room carpet has been added to the drift bullet section of your handbook. Yeah, the poster, like... Oh, this poster. It's a popular boy band like Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit the boys' locker room. Yeah, because I haven't seen it in here before. I think the murderer is a girl. But if it's a girl, because the posters clearly have been swapped. We can't see. It would make sense considering she's in the girls' locker room. But at the same time, why is that poster there? Why did I go to the pool? Leave the pool, there's nothing here. I need to go back to the girls' locker room. Anything to add, Mama? Dude had a real complex about being weak.
We got us into chat room.
Thank you, phone. Why is my Wi-Fi cutting out? Like, it seems fine to me. Oh, it's the same. Okay.
Damn.
No forgiveness!
To turn to such a helpless being is unforgivable. Oh, is Tornado Chip Boy? What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. Hey, Kyoko, have you made any progress on the investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to know about, just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time. Thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and let the girls walk around. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. Yeah, Makoto, you have to do some stuff on your own. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Nice! Chihiro's e-handbook has been added to the thrift bullet section of your handbook. Hey girl. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but do I have... I do have my limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot anyway. See? Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug? Wait, so then this isn't the rope at all. The more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. That's the issue of being her suspended and the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the genocide jack file, something is not quite right. What does this all mean? Like the ones in the genocide jack case are suspended using scissors as well? So even if she wasn't killed with scissors, where are they? Status of the dead body has been added in the triple section of your handbook. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit you with over again. Plus, it might help to look at the genocide jack case file one more time. The library. Also the poster. The big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. What do you mean? Let girls be girls, Makoto. Oh, you mean girls can't appreciate that? Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is. That's right. There's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. I like how you keep saying it. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker room. Nice! The two locker room posters have been added to the triple section of your handbook. Let's see. I need to talk to Celeste, go to the library and find out. Oh, still talking yet? Let's see, do we know anything else?
I feel.
No. The girls out from corridor. The boys' locker room corridor, but the girls don't lock house, so it's kind of okay. Oh, but we did get a coin, let's go. No clue that. Anything that I'm missing here? The bloodstain? There's a bloodstain on the carpet. It could only have been caused by Chihiro's murder. The word bloodlust was written on the woman's blood. Just like in all those other genocide cases, at every crime scene the word bloodlust was written in the victim's own blood. You're not gonna get? There's a big blood stain in the gun on the floor. The monochrome file said that the fatal injury was caused by a blow to the head. This gun that has to be the murder weapon. There must be still more. Okay. I'll check the boys' room again. Is there something by the pool, maybe? Wait. There's that. Maybe some kind of clean the lockers. With force a blow to the head with that thing. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could kill someone when you were done though. Guess not. Okay. Do we have any clues in the blood? On the face? It's not blood, it's Danganronpa blood is pink. What am I missing? Mondo, do you have anything else to say? Nope. Sakura? Who spilled the strawberry milk? Wasn't me. I've been craving strawberry milk for a while. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I use it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay, then let me ask you something. Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker room could have been switched? Not just you. Yeah, we should get strawberry milk.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However,
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. Protein coffee! We have protein coffee in the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some of it on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. A stain? A stain you say? But I don't see the stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly. I noticed it earlier, the stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. Still, isn't this unusually clean? And if there was, it never has been here to begin with. Is it chocolate flavor powder? Chocolate flavor powder in coffee would sound so good actually. I would definitely try that. Nice! Disappearing stain has been added to the true bullet section of your handbook. I think that's it, so we can go look for Celeste. Bro, it smells like burnt toast in my house because I made myself like I got some sandwiches from the reduced section and they're like cheese toasties. And I did what the instructions told me. They told me to put it in the oven. I have a microwave, but I used the oven function for 12 minutes, and I did. And guess what? I burnt it to a crisp. And luckily, I had another one, but burnt still smells. Choco hazelnut. Choco hazelnut is even better actually. Let's look at oh, one does it as well. Okay. Library. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot we have to check the library as well. Okay, hear me out. Choco hazelnut powder mixed with coffee and a bit of strawberry milk. Is that too much? The one this actually, that's hard to find from here. The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in here before. But if it means I become a target, nope, I'll leave it where it is, thank you very much. Who doesn't try never found out. Oh, okay. Maybe I should one day try mixing random drinks I have in the house. That'll be interesting. It's a document about the secret council revealing the kind of trust commoners shouldn't go near. So I guess I better not. He knows his place. Yeah. The desk lamp. Yakuya grabbed that one thing from over here and just put it over there. It sure is dark over there. I want to take another look at the Genocide Jack's case file. I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone! Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that. I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Okay. Use the archive. There's a thick layer of dust on the desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. Go out? Huh? The lamp will turn on. Oh, I see, it's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on and it was definitely right there. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Library desk lamp has been added to the drift bullet section of your handbook. Oh, sweet. Leave the area? Yes. Where is Celeste? Oh, there's still... Oh, okay. Oh, TNT. Warehouse. Alright, let's go. Let's go, wagons, Matthew. I wonder when we'll get access to the nurse's office. I think it's soon. Booster Hotel. I had a hotel in my dream last night. It was a really fancy hotel, but it was also the end of the world, so... You know, do you know anything? Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before. She won't come out, and she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimming, and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah!
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Aw, that's so sweet. Speaking of which, what are you eating?
Huh?
A donut, of course. Based. Of course. There's two things I'm sure got created. Outer space and donuts. I want that on a t-shirt. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. Oh, I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did spend time with? Did she spend time with? Us? What? Translation?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. I don't know what it says in GP. Very interesting. I would switch it to Japanese issue. I do not speak Japanese. I can't read it. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? It depends.
Ah!
Oh wait, maybe! Maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Nice! Away's account has been added to the drift bullet section of your handbook. Oh, Celeste! Oh wait, this is the kitchen. Where's the warehouse? Not bad. Is it the next room? Oh yeah, it's like outside. Right? Kitchen, the warehouse, completely separate. Okay. Leave the area. I can read the map. I can read the floor plan as an architect, I promise. I've never been here. There's all kinds of stuff piled up everywhere. Towels, jackets. Looks like they put together a good collection of school equipment. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything Bong needs to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I felt talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I feel it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well, I will tell you and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What, really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
Hmm?
Oh my god!
What are you doing out this late?
Get a back view of Celeste's hair.
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Most strange. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken her rule, none of this would have ever happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket in the duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Nice! Celeste's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Ding dong ding bong! Oh my god.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial!
Okay.
You'll remember where to meet, right?
Of course.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. Yeah, there is no choice. The red door is right over here. We're so small. Why is the doorknob to like the height of our eyes?
Ahem. So, is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo,
Yeah, Toko's not here.
And Toko is...
You really don't remember?
Come
I
on!
completely forgot about Yasuhiro's existence.
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How can I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please.
And just like she said, a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him.
I told him I don't want to go, but he forced me. I can't believe you drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible. Phew, so now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
let's go.
So shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro, Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right there. Like right here, sorry. Go left to right. You ready? We're doing this?
Well,
I don't know why the killer did what they did, but
Count on it.
I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro?
Shall we go?
Shall we begin?
very sad.
I must admit, for being pretty, she was quite remarkable. Of course, the idea of 3D makes me cringe.
He fooled me! You could have said something else at the time.
Hey, come on.
Fucking Coco man. Concentrate so worked up. There's something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess there wasn't much help this time. There is plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic is taken. Well then. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nodding reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop.
What do you think? As we decorated, isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't taste nothing cool.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats.
And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Save you up. I think we're good with the handbook, we remember everything. Melodious voice is correct. Do I not have any other skill? Damn. Okay. Damn. I guess that's it. Trial, all rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, you have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Okay. Good on, Bong. Yeah.
Chihiro's fatal
What did I just
injury.
play about again?
It appears it was a head wound.
Yes, okay.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Okay, I need to contradict. My bad. My bad.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
What do you mean, Yasuhiro?
No, that's wrong!
Where is the iron pipe? So what you going to?
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? Found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood. And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
She examined the body real well, didn't she?
Looked at her head wound?
Yes! That's so creepy!
If
She
you
had
don't
to.
mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
I don't believe that. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. If he really killed you, killer, a new element has been added to some debates. Yeah, tell me. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit this line, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. It is a way to keep this whole noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer on. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't be at all. It's okay, we're normal. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. So then good luck and have fun! Make your argument.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Oh, brother!
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
You can do it again, it's okay. Why?
The culprit is Genocide Jack.
Can I
I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, it's wrong.
Right.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
It's a very strange
The
library.
why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
What now? What lust?
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Food lust?
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Okay, I'll do the hard work. The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, it is the way that it's suspended.
I got it!
I got it!
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one
I don't
logical
know.
answer
That
I
doesn't
can
look
think
like
of.
it's suspended with scissors to me.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
I don't know about that.
Fucking way!
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Oh,
What?
Bro just said it.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I think I can understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Oh, Hangman's Gambit. He. There's a lot of S's. What is this? Shoki? Shki? What? Shoki? No. It's not Shoki. He? No. Brother, what is it? Imparzo! I swear.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
That doesn't make her schizophrenic though, does it?
Huh?
Does it?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Okay.
Okay, but still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the
Ryukia
body
has
is
no,
proof enough that she has a split personality.
hesitation. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed.
I got it!
I got it!
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, I'm fine. Wow, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah!
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted.
The world has a front and a back, a top, inning, and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tongue without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I will let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
You believe him?
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Damn.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Yikes. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Did he just summon her, like, just like that? Yeah.
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do?
As if it was that clear. Right? Well, Gully has a wider mouth than I do.
I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
I'm sorry. You're just a girl!
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Her love? This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane. Okay, early 80s on disappointed. Nice to see.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Her face. So cute and that's right.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
JK.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
This sounds makes sense.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
That's a little dangerous type of personality.
Just kidding,
unpredictable, innit?
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
I don't believe that.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack.
Are we assuming that now?
If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all this. Let's go, let's go! Use the time. Make your argument. That is a dead body. Okay, yeah, able to suspend the will cord. You're gonna try to fool one?
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
What about the FBR?
No, it's wrong.
What about you going
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
You mean the pasta?
But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photo from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you see a clear difference. Start with the bloody message.
I got it!
I got it!
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Was this Toko really, sorry, in this case Genocide Jail, really that strong to pick up the dumbbell and just shove it, like, bash one's head with it?
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
Yeah.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed for their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference.
I got it!
I got it!
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
Scissors.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
Just ignore this.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional.
I'm a
Naturally,
professional.
I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac?
Big Mac!
Are you referring to me?
My favorite character, Big Mac!
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it? If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. She was a lover, her friend, because Chihiro was a girl. They are all men. I got it!
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Bathing does so much. It really does. I think especially back in those days. 9 春が32, Tetsuhiro Honda 17, Shoji Gata 23, Kanonise 14, Takeshi Yoshida 30, Komatsu Taro, Takefumi Gono, Uchida Naokiya, Takeshi Masamune, sorry, Yuto Yumejima. There was no answer.
They were all guys?
Men.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
It's like, hee I kill men!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl!
For
And the
Joshi.
little side of me just hates it! But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
If you know, be up
It's a
here.
different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly cur!
Lowly, cur.
I've never seen that tape from the actor episode.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
Sure.
That does make some amount of sense. Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
And the dumbbell is the next closest thing. I don't think so.
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire
They
world
are pretty scissors, I
scissors.
would give her that.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Damn! I have got them in my hands.
She's fully equipped. That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
Gutter dogs?
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
I think this is like the only court where if you say that you're actually a killer who does things differently would not get you into trouble and would actually save your skin. I feel like in real life you just get penalized. Actually, hold on, there is one person. One person who could have copied the Jennifer Jack cases. The one who knew about it. Who else apart from me? The only
one backstory.
Here's my answer.
Here's my answer.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
We're gonna watch how he's gonna get killed.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
In the locker room, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker room. So was the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
I will. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to monster debate. Ooh, absolutely. Oh, if you aim at the weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you memorize that weak spot. And this memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you should change the truth bullets, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to my conclusion, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make a case. Okay. Well then, good luck and have fun! Make your argument. Monokuma found that Bishop has nothing to do with it, so we will have to let our eyes.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was
Chihiro, who was a girl.
So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
You wish you'd taken me with you?
Boy! Hearing the actors in the project feeling being below, he could have known before we went to find out.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim
was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Shoot! So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was...
Okay, I guess
No,
that's
it's wrong!
it. What about you, Great.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
my bad.
Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak. Huh? What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead, show us.
It's like man wants to be put down. What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it's nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and the other genocide documents. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible, well, it's hidden in here. What could it be? The lamp. The library does lamp, yeah.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Yeah.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope, was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
Aw.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
I don't think that's the case, Byakuya. Turn around and face me. So then what you go, yo? Right.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Actually.
Because you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
People be so shocked that we have brains.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing. That's like 3 negatives. I disagree with disagreeing. So I agree?
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Sure. Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
Did we?
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
For me, it's the poster.
I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept that Byakuya said, as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said, except for the scene of the crime. The scene?
I got it!
I got it!
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even
Okay,
in the world of
Byakuya.
disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no
She was
question
found,
about that.
But
How could the scene
Tell
of
me
the
about the
crime
poster.
have been anywhere else?
tell me about the carpet, Byakuya.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else. then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Byakuya wants to be the culprit. Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya had been so confident up until now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey! Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' codes and those local rooms, and that is the posters. That.
I got it!
I got it!
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Yeah.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boobed supermodel.
Why do they keep
But
saying
don't you
like
think
that?
that's kind of strange?
I mean, it shouldn't be.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Because girls admire other girls?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Okay, to the side joke. I mean, in this case, I remember that one being in the boys' locker room, and I haven't even seen the boy band poster because it couldn't go into the girls' locker room. It's Japan.
Meanwhile, the boys'
Yeah.
locker room had...
And it's also 2010, so...
a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
Tornado?
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
The delicious protein coffee.
Protein coffee?
I really want to try it out.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that this thing was scrubbed away. It was moved. A boys' locker room carpet.
I got it!
I got it!
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
Welcome back! How did it go?
That's
Or your
definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime,
I have like 53 maybe?
the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room...
Oh wait, I know. I think I'll do my poses soon.
Then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device.
And what's interesting is that the ones that you can borrow out of the e-handbooks were Junko, Leon, and Sayaka, of which Leon's one was broken because of that weakness that we don't know yet. So, therefore, you could only borrow the girls' handbook. There was no other way for Chihiro to get in.
But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Me too.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
You might be Chihiro could put into the boys' locker room somehow. Make your argument. Broken e-handbooks, right? Right.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook!
No.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, it's
So
wrong.
they're watching Galileo because Leon's handbook was broken. I forgot what the
No,
weakness was.
I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Me too.
Plus,
But I'm not
isn't there a
surprised.
regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
I don't know about that. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it. Really? Nah, the poster, the carpet does not sit right with me. Chihiro was not killed in the girls' locker room. But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Yoko saving us was
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
what?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting.
Yeah, Monokuma
I'm
wants
sure that
excitement.
thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official
Recess?
class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us... back at the scene.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her.
You fool me!
Like
being
using our hands?
disrespectful to the dead, you fool me.
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body. It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
You know?
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura's so reliable.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action?
Girl!
Is that what you two are about?
Always so reassuring them before you voice outside the trial grounds. Alright? Hello, by the way. Hello.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Imagine if the whole game was voiced.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
I don't want to know how Sakura found out, to be honest, or how Kyoko found out.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm literally on fire! I
Girl.
wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Ah, yes, back in our comfort
I
room.
do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's
Ooh,
pick
a
up from
boy?
there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. Definitely some better ways to handle this scenario. Could have like gone to the dorm to see the bullshit. Okay, I know, right? And have a bathroom log, for instance, or have Kyoko just say every time there's some problems. Yeah, that would have been better than violating the what I got. Poor Chihiro did not deserve that. Oh boy, oh boy. Like, literally. I mean, Kyoko's kind of messed up for making Sakura do that as well, but I suppose it does make the game more entertaining for Monokuma.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then,
was
there
just a
should be
boy.
no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
Right, back on track.
The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Yakuya, what the hell do you mean?
This is the most titillating situation!
Somehow Genocide Joe seems a bit more like down to earth.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
No.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
Well, I accused him of the body because he was the only one who could suspend it because he was the only one who knew about the court and the Genocide Jack case apart from Genocide Jill himself.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, That's how I see it.
To be honest, yeah, Byakuya is a bit too smart for this.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
He approves!
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room.
That's still
and
very messed
decided
up.
to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Oh my god.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we?
Not
I thought
anymore.
it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Yippee!
Damn straight. Count me in.
Byakuya's rules, farming someone who has a crush on you and also yourself. Perfectly fine. Mild swearing, forbidden. For real. Although I think he would have, like, send me even more if he actually did swear.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Got every 3 victims by now. Yeah, technically yes, so well, victims. I mean, like, dead? People? People who died are free. Two people were killed, one was executed.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Indeedy. But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
I got it! Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, we would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to be a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Make your argument. Let's count. Yes, indeed. Working out. Therefore, someone who was our chicken.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Who done it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
No, oh my bad. It wasn't wrong. My bad.
Shoot!
My bad.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over.
I'm not helping that computer.
You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
So they're watching out.
No, it's wrong.
Right.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, how about I get going? I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much, enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
Girl is like, woo!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Joke like, you got this, Makoto.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Would we even have this in it? So let's count, I suppose.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
We do.
He was on his way to go exercise.
Yeah.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Do we know
My
it was blue?
tracksuit is black.
Yeah.
I don't even have a tracksuit.
But do we...
Because exercising sucks.
We know it
I
was
have
blue.
a white tracksuit personally.
But
I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
somehow would not say right.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Yep. She's right. He said just now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is
Why are you trying to hide it? Oh!
Shoot!
Maybe
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
I have to take it again.
He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Yeah, okay. I was being overthinking. Pretty much tell you. Right.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he had after exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Very suspicious.
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Excuse me? What? Huh? Excuse me?
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
I got so cold out, bro.
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
I died?
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Stuffed the jacket into her bag in the carriage. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Yikes.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along.
Damn.
I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he's acting. Because I hate him! That's true acting? No?
There was a maybe you didn't notice it. You only and after he was killed, once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
Is that a handbook?
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
I found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to one of the minor Chihiros. Chihiro?
I got it!
I got it!
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
I never pictured to see what Makoto says, but the idea of my answer is hilarious to me. Makoto being like, oh yeah, I've been looking for that, thank you to me.
Oh, actually, yeah, sorry guys. Actually, yeah, it's me. I know, strange. I forgot to say. What's the lady? Silly me.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
I wonder, how did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation: by exploiting a bug, by hitting its weak point, by hacking it, by hitting its weak point, because I don't think the bug is an issue, and the Monokuma said it couldn't be hacked, right? I got it!
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that?
Yeah, Makoto actually does have some brain cells. It's crazy, I know.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbook?
We pinky promise.
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
Did you hear something?
You knew it? Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Yeah!
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you definitely get fried.
I got more of somebody knew it before. You can just be like breaking a handbook. That was a rule violation instead of worrying about something. I know, right? But imagine, will you pinky promise? Or I'll explode you.
That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
I had another country. 1982, let's go! It's like bingo.
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
To be honest, I don't really move in a sauna to begin with. I just kind of sit.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna,
like maybe 70 or 80 degrees.
Then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out?
Which country?
Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it
Cypher
broke?
is sauna.
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
She returned 30 years later with a Batgirl in like 2008. 2008. Real quick, let me Google. I really like her for doing both. She did not look old. Oh right. Oh my god. Yeah. She does not look old. Some people just don't age.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Who might have brought the handbook into the sauna? It has to be one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was...
Here's my answer.
Here's my answer.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets.
Isn't it crazy how things could have completely changed if Mondo was like, okay, yeah, let's go to the sauna and let me take my clothes off like a normal person? Whew.
And when it was all over,
If you wanna know about
Mondo
the break-in.
discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
His handbook can be broken. I found something that kills him beyond a shadow of a doubt. And the music is getting nice. Broken handbook to Pluto is far data.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Broken handbook? Maybe?
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Maybe
If
that
what
one.
he
If not,
says
it
is
might be
correct,
huge,
then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
No, that's wrong.
Daddy, what you doing? Boy.
Mondo, the handbook you have right
wrong
now,
is impossible.
is it really
You
yours?
have a point? Like, no, that's wrong. I'm not wrong, I'm right. That's so true. That's wrong, right?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works.
So he can get in.
I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, The broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
Makoto does not look pleased to say this.
I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch!
Okay.
What's wrong, bro?
Oh,
Come on!
Taka.
Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
That's his defense.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning. That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Okay, this is brain eyes. The Celeste sprite is so cute, her little boy. Oh my god. Okay, Chihiro puts stuff in their bag, and then just walks past, and Celeste sees them, and Chihiro's like, oh, hi! But Chihiro notices that there is a track in that bag. And then Chihiro shoves it back down like, hey, you didn't see that, bye-bye! And then go to the locker room, and then Chihiro walks into the boys' locker room, because that's where Chihiro goes. Oh my god. They get in. I'm gonna assume. Oh, hello, killer. Hello, Chihiro. I just had to put my stuff here. We just started working out, and then all of a sudden, the person's like lifting weights, and they turn around and just splat. And then Chihiro dead. I would assume. It is like drops the dumbbell with the dumbbell drops. Rolls up the rug to make sure the stuff isn't found out. Takes down the poster, right? And then Chihiro's body. And then they have to move Chihiro to the girls' locker room. I'm gonna get this one, aren't I? Killer gets in. Move on to girls' handbooks. What room is that? Oh my god. Maybe that, maybe. Oh! Oh my god. I love how I kept saying as long as possible. Oh yeah. Why did I just read it? My brain died. I'm so sorry, Neo. My brain died. And Akira's like, okay, Jumble died. Chihiro's lying down, and then Byakuya comes in with like his sick mind. Look at his smirk. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna mess up with this. Let me just mess with this dead body. Picks up the cord, ties Chihiro for Chihiro. Chihiro's body being violated. Writes bloodlust. And then the person that comes in throws the actually
The killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Chihiro actually being a boy?
Here's exactly what happened.
Is it now?
With bag in hand, she made her way to the locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Yeah, that one shifts. A lot of people have not super obviously false calculation if the door is open or she's looking for the door. I'm like running on 1.5 brain cells anyway, so...
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
Huh? Okay, what happens after he attacked him? Blood gets everywhere?
The killer is you! And it...
Okay.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
I like Makoto's mind being like, this is quite funny to me.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster.
Nah? Okay, fair enough. They carried Chihiro into the girls, right?
Here's exactly what happened. Which then removed... And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Oh, it's not looking great. Oof. I'm struggling. Let's see. So I'm gonna assume they put up the posters and stuff, right? And then they take
Here's exactly what happened.
Am I running out of hot?
After all, using... Okay. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
A switcheroo?
That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Poor Chihiro.
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
No. Oh my god, did I fail? My bad. Can we try that again? No, it's not. I will give it another try.
I refuse to give up yet!
I refuse to give up! Not gonna do it all again. Okay, I got this time. It's okay. We got this. So blue duffel bag tracksuit, goes locker room, and then Chihiro goes goes to swap swipe it in, goes into the boys' locker room. Hello, killer. Wait, all the information is the point of Makoto did it for me to draw manga. Clearly Makoto did it. I know, right? Every time it fails, it's my fault. Maybe it is my fault, but like not in, I didn't kill Chihiro. Hey. Break the thing. Boom, splash. Blood everywhere. Take Chihiro, roll out carpet, take down decorations. Take Chihiro, go to girls. Swipe. Put everything back up. And then flipping the up here. Sword in hand. Blood ready to be written. Bro, what happened here? So, before Killer says it, I'm assuming that handbook throws it in the sauna or whatever that is. Very great? Question mark? I'm not sure now.
Here's exactly what happened.
Where's my skip button?
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Oh yeah, control.
That... With bag... But how could the... Switch... Once... It's... And it... And... It was... Which then... And but this... You... And that with the... That... Then, using the victims, he wanted to...
Okay. What? Bro. What do you mean? So it's not doorknob, it's more this. So it has to be room, dumbbell, or handbook. Maybe handbooks are down. or question mark. I don't know. I don't know that.
Here's exactly what happened.
No! What? What's done is done, so this is
Here's exactly what happened.
okay.
Around the same time that Byakuya was
How
putting
was I
together
meant to
this
know that?
facade,
Oh, the wall.
the killer,
My bad.
having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings,
Bro, it's almost
arrived at the
sorry.
sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
Yeah, the last one's incorrect. And then it breaks.
The killer is you! And the day.
Please, please.
And
Oh
just
my
as
God.
the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook
Makoto's manga
couldn't
was
stand up to
good
the
enough,
heat of the
that's
sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Mondo Owada. Complete.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
I have proof. Evidence that Mondo is the killer that already revealed itself early in the trial. If I can tell how to show where Mondo's handbook is right now, when I do that, everything will become clear. Oh my god! Hiccups! Let's talk a bit about fever time. If you press the space key, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. Oh, you can push what? Right mouse button, left mouse button. Okay. But it's only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Mega time. Your tempo will mark the screen game. Don't get touched with the buttons and rhythm. Oh my god. I was doing this the wrong way last time, so let's see if I can do it. Moment of truth. And I'm fighting Taka.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
Oh, okay.
Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False!
Oh my god.
I refuse to believe.
Ah!
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen!
What? Ah! Or some of the dance battle isn't even against the suspect, right? Bro, please. I know how to play Hatsune Miku colorful stage, not this. Plus, I'm not an also player. I don't know how to use my mouse. No, I want to give up. I am the suspect. I am the culprit. It is my fault. I killed Shihiro. I don't want to learn it now. So negative space, I can't really do much. I just have to guess.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
Oh.
Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False!
Okay, finally, thank you.
Show me some evidence.
Oh, I was gonna change my save bar. Whoopsie daisy. I forgot I had that at my disposal. Well, I still did it.
Thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that,
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Oh, we don't look at my scores. Let's see.
It's a good, eh?
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for
But
the
I'm
moment
holding.
we've all been waiting for.
But I'm holding on.
Grab your lever and give it a yank. Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, yeah, bro did it. Run, dude. I know, right? He's bro. He's broski. Okay, now back to my voices.
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada!
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not anonymous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
Sorry.
What
Why
is
are
this?
you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't or really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text.
I would like to hear it.
Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex has already taken root deep inside him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Oh, this shot again.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secret. Which of course includes Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If it was revealed, it would be the end.
The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
that's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell people that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yeah, it sure was. And the biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided Moto, oh my god, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to... I'm sure this is meant to be Monokuma. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And then he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, so he'd also killed? Why would you do that? I hear you talking, but I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it afterward. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is
This got a code, not necessarily the best code, but a code. Can respect that to a degree. I agree. That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat
How
myself.
many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Oh well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had a chance to join the gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Diawada.
Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the one Mondo could trust or respect. So he wanted to measure up to his big brother. He imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, they're supposed to be the big brother companions for him. We're putting all over the place. I know, right? His brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All they'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. Interestingly again, started by Diamond, Crazy Diamonds. Beautiful wordplay. Wordplay. Diamondo. But during the race, a tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. Maybe this is a stronger mentally weak jam. But suddenly, laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong. And yet... As soon as the killing game began, he realized... no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me,
My head filled up with kind of fuzzy uneasiness, and I just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before.
I just...
I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety, way down into my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am,
What?
I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength that I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You're really strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret be revealed and ruin everything? Chihiro is dope. Right?
What's wrong?
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya! I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand. I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey! I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo, he was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like this, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! My voice is dying.
Look at him! You see, you're just all like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't.
You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead, say it again, I dare you!
Yep. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want.
Is what I want to say, but...
Unfortunately, I can't do that right now because it's time for punishing is fast approaching.
Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The button that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Alana, the ultimate biker gang leader.
No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
I wonder who said that too.
Game over. Mondo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment.
What's it gonna be? Again. Don't know what I have to do. Been nice knowing you, Mondo. The Cage of Death. I would instantly like buy from using techniques. Because of the skeleton guys. Did anyone order Mondo butter? 2 times the fat?
Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace.
It can be. My brother. Another murder, and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Yakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that.
However,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you need not the night time rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girl's locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well, so you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would it have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have to answer the bill right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend him a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after seeing about genocide Jack and Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene?
But
Damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before I reached that point. Of course. The actor turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become a blackened, I now know that I'll have to watch out for it.
Correct.
And that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, well, we're done listening to you, so moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, is not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is a gift to mankind itself.
What? You're over-exaggerating.
I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
Me? of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Tsugami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Oh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mode for you. I'm the main character.
Who has main character syndrome? I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper and sounds like someone needs a nut.
Monokuma's laughter echoed across the courtroom and broken possible to Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that was not the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. You got 2 executed in chapter 1. Ah, no. So what happened was Junko protested against Monokuma, and like, you're not allowed to go against the headmaster. And Monokuma was just like, I'll jail you. But then Monokuma changed his mind like last second. It was like, I'm actually gonna kill you, and just speared Junko in front of everyone for no reason. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell, and a more of a future, like a blind puppy in hell, and had more of a future than us. So there's no perfect run. No. Sadly, the storyline is predetermined. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Damn!
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
What do you need your measurements, Monokuma? Who is it? A 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My. You really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Dear, there's a traitor among us. Chapter 2, Boy's Life of Despair. The end. To be continued. You see crazy diamond present. Oh, thank you. You shouldn't have. So cute. Let's save that. Boop. Save that. Before we continue, this is where we read that. I saw that one space was left at the trial. Yes, they did mention it in the beginning. Monokuma's reasoning was, I just like it just fits the court front. That's why I did it like that. Oh my god, my eyes. It's because of my glasses, isn't it? Yeah, we're fine now. Okay. Do I put on some music to end? Oh, sure. This was in the recommended. Music. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so basically that's Monokuma's reasoning is that the trial room was done that way. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for joining. It was very fun having people. I love having everyone around. So therefore, we didn't know of another student. See you, Trasa. Thank you for stopping by. I wish everyone a good night. It is late-ish. See ya. Bye bye. We will continue this. I am always in love with this game forever. Oh yes, before I forget. Ah! Yippee! Hearts, hearts, hearts for everyone. Cheryl out. Good night.